Welcome to the Organic Rose. I'm Chef Steve Rose. Join me on this incredible journey into our very green lifestyle. We're going to have loads of fun cooking in the kitchen. We're going to share our green living secrets with you. Together, we're going to explore a truly green lifestyle. I'm going to give you the tools so you can do this at home. Being green is really a lot of fun. Hi, I'm Chef Steve Rose, and I'm with my favorite sous chef, Sue.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
Excellent. We're at Casa Verde right now, filming this segment, and we are going to show you, our fans, how to do a paella. And specifically paella valenciana, which is a combination of shrimp and clams and chorizo sausage and some chicken and a lot of love.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. So why don't we get started?
Okay.
I've got this pan on. Speaking of pan on, this house is totally powered by solar. Look at the color of that olive oil. So we're cooking right now by the sun, basically. All the appliances in this house, including the well pump, are all solar powered, and it works great.
That's awesome. So now what are we starting with?
So we're starting with some extra virgin organic olive oil from McAvoy Farms over in Petaluma.
Yummy.
And smell that.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yummy.
So if you want to hand me the rice, I'll go ahead and tan the rice off a little bit.
What kind of rice is this?
So this is California short grain rice. And a lot of paella recipes call for bringing in Spanish rice, and I'd like to support our California rice farmers. So
you're so good about that.
It's important to me.
It is. I know it is.
It's very important to me.
So you're just going to get kind of a little bit of a brown on it? You're not really going to cook the whole...
No, we're just going to get a little bit of a tan on it. Here you go.
Right.
And then if you want to hand me that spoon, I'll stir it a little bit. So this is, go ahead.
This is a tough gig. I have to hand you a spoon. I love it.
There's no cutting you have to do.
I know. It's so safe.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up to 7. So
this is an induction.
Induction cooktop, exactly. So the way they demonstrate it is they will take a $5 bill, put it on the burner top, and then put a pan on top of it with water in it, and bring the water up to boil, and nothing happens to the $5 bill. So it's all cooked by magnetics.
Wow.
So you're just rearranging the molecules. Interesting. And it's super efficient, way more efficient than gas.
Yeah, this heated up. Like
yeah,
immediately.
Exactly, and it's very efficient. When it's on, it's on. It's off, it's off. When you want to really, when you're doing some sauces where you want to do a really low simmer,
right?
If you turn this down to like 1, it'll go bloop, bloop.
Perfect.
Bloop, just like that, and you can walk away from it and let it do its thing.
Wow.
So I'm going to turn this up a little bit higher, actually. Go to 8.
So what is all the seafood that we have here? We have a couple of seafood ingredients.
So we have some shrimp, we have some calamari. I don't know if you know this, and we have some clams and mussels and some chicken. That I found this out about 5 years ago. Calamari usually comes to us on the West Coast from the East Coast. So they catch it on the East Coast, then it's shipped to China to be processed.
You're kidding.
And block frozen, and then shipped by container back to the U.S. to be distributed. Wow. Is that crazy or what?
That's crazy.
So I found a company down in San Pedro that do West Coast squid, and they harvest it down in San Pedro, process it, and send it out to for distribution. So this is what we're having, yeah.
Ooh, that's getting a little brown.
Yeah, some nice color, you can smell it. So next, let's go ahead and add some squid.
Squid, oh, good, squid. Look at that. Ooh.
So squid is an interesting thing. You can either cook it really quickly or cook it for quite a while, but nothing in between works.
So what is the difference between squid and calamari? Are they the same things, or is it just how they're
Same thing.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, that smells good.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about this.
Oh.
Here's some of our homemade wine.
Oh, well, love that.
A bit of Primitivo. Is that our favorite part of cooking?
Of course.
Is the drinking wine part, right?
Mandatory.
Hand me the spoon again and we'll go ahead and...
There you go.
The other ingredients that are going to go in this are organic chicken stock and some sofrito sauce.
And that's the sofrito is what you make, right?
Right, so that's made from our own tomatoes out of our organic gardens. And the sofrito is one of the basic kitchen sauces in the Spanish kitchen. So it is tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and garlic, of course.
Of course, garlic. I expect nothing less.
Okay, I think we'll go ahead and, if you want to hand me the chicken, and go ahead and, why don't you go ahead and put that in here?
Okay, just gonna dump them in here.
Yep,
all
that's
together.
good.
There we go.
So that's been blanched off in the oven. So it's about halfway cooked already.
Okay.
That's the last thing you want is raw chicken. We don't want that. We don't want to go there. And then let's go ahead and, this is spinach that we just picked this morning out of our biodynamic organic gardens.
So,
Taste it.
Look how green that is.
I know.
It's so green.
Okay. So paella usually doesn't take spinach, but paella can take whatever you want to put in it. So paella originally in Spain, the people, the workers that would work out in the countryside or on the coast. So if they were on the coast, it would be fish-based.
Whatever's
right.
available.
If they were inland, it would be rabbit or pheasant or duck or what have you.
Okay.
And they would always carry around a shovel that was their paella pan. So they would build a fire. Go for it.
Yeah.
They would build a fire. We're going to need to start to stick a little bit.
Yeah, a little
So
bit.
they would build a fire and then put this shovel, special seasoned shovel over the fire and make their paella in that.
Wow.
They'd always have their rice and their saffron with them. Okay, let's go ahead and go.
Good.
Let's go with some chicken stock.
Okay, chicken stock. You want some?
Yeah.
Now, did you make this chicken stock yourself too?
Yeah. So we, at our restaurant, we get all of our organic chickens in whole, and then we break them down into individual pieces for different dishes.
Right.
And then we actually take a lot of the fat off, and then we make schmaltz out of that. So what is rendered chicken fat, and then we use that to thicken a lot of our sauces.
Perfect.
Making a roux out of that. So this is looking good. Let's give it some kosher salt.
And why do you use kosher rather than any other salt?
Because it doesn't have any, it's not iodized, it doesn't
Right.
have any iodine in it.
Okay.
And I think that has a tendency, the iodine has a tendency to impart flavors that we don't necessarily want. Let's put a splash bit more of the olive oil. Okay.
What's next?
Well,
Oh,
how about
next?
a sip of wine? That's
I think
next.
that's what's next.
Yummy. Let's go ahead and let's put the spinach in now,
Okay.
actually.
All of it? Or,
Yeah, go ahead and put all of it in there.
It'll get pretty cooked down. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's going to release liquid into the paella.
Ooh, yeah. That is so pretty. There we go.
When we were talking earlier about biodynamic farming and stuff, what a difference it makes. You can see you can see the color.
The color, yeah. Definitely.
Exactly, and the chlorophyll in it, and it makes such a huge difference.
Yeah, it's much more vibrant than a lot of the vegetables you see in the store.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Hand me the spoon and I'll stir this in a little bit.
There we go.
Oh, it's starting to smell really good. Nice.
So paella really is one of those things, like you said, you really could put almost anything into it, right? Mm-hmm. Any types of meats or...
Yeah, I mean, basically, your basics that don't change are rice,
Right.
saffron,
Okay.
your sofrito sauce, and your stock. And sometimes we'll do just a straight fish paella, paella pacifica, which is just shellfish and chunks of fish. And we'll even use just fish stock instead of the chicken stock.
Oh, okay.
And it just builds that much more of a rich base to it. I think we can go with the shrimpies now.
How's it smell?
Smell and smell. Have a smell.
Yum.
And you know what this is, right?
That's a little saffron. Look at that. Ooh, it's so pretty. Smells good.
So this is probably the most expensive herb in the or spice in the world, rather.
Yes, I've purchased it before.
Yeah,
and
it's
I was
crazy.
surprised.
We pay about, at the restaurant, I buy it in the 1 ounce tins, and we pay, right now we're paying close to $90 an ounce.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
So
Now this comes from a flower, specific flower?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's from the, I just planted some.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
Let's go ahead and put some of that in here. It'll come to me.
Ooh.
And it's going to, besides the unique flavor that it imparts, it's going to impart some incredible color to it.
Makes it that nice bright yellow,
Yep,
really
yep,
pretty.
Yep. So look at the color of the spinach. Look at what color it's turning now as it's cooking. It's just a brilliant green.
Yeah, it is. It's bright green.
So next is going to go, what do we have left? We have the sofrito, so let's go ahead and go with some of that.
Okay, let me stick the tool. There you are.
Go ahead and,
Here, how much do we want?
that's good.
Good?
Yeah.
Oh, that smells good too.
So you can see the yellow on the shrimp already? Look at that.
Yeah, it just soaked it right in, didn't it?
Okay, and then next, I think we'll go ahead and put these are local clams raised out at Drake's Bay.
Well, I was going to ask you if you went clamming too.
Clam up.
Don't clam up now.
But besides them doing oysters out there, they're raising clams as well. So if you see, when you're using shellfish, if you see one of them that's open, means it's dead.
Oh, okay. So
And you don't want to use it, like
Okay.
this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Hi, Sue. Hi, Sue.
he's gone.
So when you go into a store, make sure that they don't try to pawn off any open ones on you because you want to put them in here live. And these mussels are from a local purveyor as well, local grower.
Man, that looks so good. Oh, yeah, he's gone too. Oh.
So in these, as they open, they're going to release their flavor of the ocean. It just came to me that flower that for the saffron is called a crocus.
Crocus.
Yeah.
And you have some planted.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
This will be our first year to see what
So
happens.
You'll be able to harvest the saffron then. Mm-hmm. Really?
And you have to do it with tweezers and like take one little stamen out at a time.
Really?
Yeah, so I think that I'm going to sign you up for that job.
Oh, good. I can't wait. This sounds delightful. Is there wine involved?
Yes, there will be. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. All right. So we got all the ingredients that we're going to put in there.
Wow.
I forgot to bring the sausage to put in there. Usually it takes chorizo sausage as well.
Okay.
And we make a couple different kinds. We make a pork one, and then we also make a lamb one.
Ooh, yum.
That we make out of, we take lamb shoulder from Fallon Hills Ranch, and we take and bone the shoulder out, and then put it through the grinder, and then make our sausage mix, and then it goes into sheep's casing.
So with the chorizo, there's a spice involved with that to
Yes.
make it a chorizo?
So the spices involved are basically several different types of Spanish pimentons, which is Spanish paprika.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's why it usually has kind of that orange look to it. That's what. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And there's wet, there's dried, there's smoked, there's 1,000 different variations. We're coming right along here.
So pretty. They're starting to open up. Aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. And also a truly well-cooked paella, when it's done, all the liquid is going to be absorbed into the rice.
Okay.
And then what you'll notice that what you want to create is that you want to have a thin crust on the bottom of the pan.
Okay, that's like that caramelized, real yummy at the bottom. Ooh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. You know what? I'm going to go pour a splash of wine in here. So I'll be right back. Hold that thought.
Go for it, you go for it.
So these are kind of neat. These are totally reusable bottles.
That's cool. Gotta have wine.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So all our wines at the restaurant we have are all on tap.
All on tap.
Yeah.
So you're not. There's no need to have any bottles, really.
No, just we use reused, reclaimed liquor bottles, tequila bottles for the crafts.
Cool.
And it works out really well. They're nice square Corzo bottles.
Right.
And then when people come to buy a jug of wine to take home, we sell it to them in a 1 liter bottle like that. They take the wine home, drink it, rinse it out, bring it back, and we just refill it.
Nice.
And we just shuttle that back and forth.
Woo.
We got some action going now.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to take the lid off and let it reduce. Oops, GoPro.
GoPro again. It's Steve's fault.
It's smelling good. So once we take the cover off, we'll just let this reduce and let the give us time for another sip of wine.
Oh, well, of course, yes. Cheers.
And
I'm not very good at cooking rice in general, just because I never have my proportions right, and it's either going to be soupy or crunchy.
So it's usually 2 to 1. So 2 liquid to 1 rice.
Okay.
So 2 cups to 1 cup, and or water. I always prefer to use either wine and or stock instead of water.
Of course.
Just because it
more flavor.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So all the clams are pretty much open. For a couple of mussels, and let this reduce a little bit, and we'll be ready to eat it.
My favorite part.
Yeah. I have some different paella pans at the restaurant that I use for catering.
Those are those really big
So
ones,
I have
right?
one big one my biggest one is 3 feet in diameter, and it sits on a tripod that's propelled by propane gas, so I can feed 100 people out of one paella. And the presentation it makes is like,
well, it's a little bit of an art form too, when you really, especially in those big, huge pans, and it's fun to watch it being made. It really is an art form.
Exactly, and that's what I do. I'll go to different places and just do a paella demonstration and just show them how I'm cooking it like we're doing here now, and why we're doing what we're doing, and we're close. You don't want to stir it too much on the bottom because you want that bottom to set up.
Crispy.
Right. If only they had like something like smell-o-vision that people out there could actually smell what they're...
Yeah. You get that?
More. It's good. What else do we have to add in here? I think that's about it.
I think that's it.
Little getaway spinach got away there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to add any more liquid at this point because we want it to reduce, and so it's almost ready. So this house was selected as one of the greenest homes built in Sonoma and Marin counties.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a huge use of reclaimed materials. And like all these countertops are all out of a house that was deconstructed in San Francisco.
Really?
And all the cabinetry in the entire house was out of a audio video store that went out of business in Santa Rosa. And I went in and just bought it all.
That
and
is
we
so
just
cool.
put it all in the house in different places.
They were basically just going to
dump it. Yeah, they're going to put it in the landfill, and we decided we'll just give it another life. And,
Yeah.
and it's all this stuff was practically new, and it's nice hardwood, birch, and maple cabinets.
That's amazing, yeah.
The ceiling the roof on the house rather is tiles out of a 150-year-old Buddhist monastery.
Oh, that is so cool.
And all the trussing here is from Temecula, from a warehouse that was deconstructed down there.
Beautiful.
And all the ceiling decking came out of trees that had fallen down in Golden Gate Park during some storms.
Really?
And we bought the trees and had them milled to our specs.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, it was a fun project. So in topping it all off, having the whole property run by solar, there's zero energy cost.
Well, and it's, what did I hear something about, what's the insulation?
The insulation is made out of remnants from jean factories, so it's all denim.
So cool.
And we couldn't even find an insulation subcontractor to put it in, so we put it in ourselves.
Wow.
But it's just cotton, so you could rub it on your face.
Right,
It doesn't
it's not
scratch.
toxic
No, not at all.
Right.
And it's super effective, super efficient, and yeah, it really works well. What else? All the doors in the house are all reclaimed. When I showed you that front door, yeah.
Beautiful doors.
There's really no reason to have to go out and buy new doors. You can just You can just get so many reclaimed products throughout the Bay Area. We had a list of like 8 different salvage yards throughout the Bay Area, and we would go and just have our list from the contractor every week, and we
try
just
to
go.
figure out what you needed, huh?
Yeah,
Go pick it up.
yeah, exactly. All this, if you saw, I don't know if you saw all the sinks, including the kitchen sink, but all the sinks and the sink hardware, the faucets and everything, all that's reclaimed as well.
That's so good.
A lot of those Kohler sinks from like the 40s.
Right, yeah, but they're nice.
Yeah.
They're in great shape, and
Yeah,
they're nice.
and they work. They totally work. They're totally functional. So if you see like a clam or a mussel at this point that doesn't open all the way, I wouldn't eat those either.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to force them.
Okay. That's good advice.
Yeah, so don't use them if they're open when you buy them, and then don't use them if they don't open. You want to taste?
Maybe. It's pretty hot. I need another spoon.
Go for it. You can taste it first, then I'll taste it.
That's delicious.
Yeah?
Yes.
So since it's just you and I eating this, we can put this spoon back in here. Oh, yummy.
Yummy, huh?
And you don't want to add a lot of salt to it because the clams and mussels add salt from the ocean.
Of course.
So we pretty much have it done here.
So basically, I mean, that was a pretty simple recipe and pretty easy because you did everything in one pan.
Yep.
So.
And a lot less
Easy
cleanup.
meal.
And yeah, easy meal, toss a salad, slice some bread, some nice organic French bread,
And you're ready to go.
And
And don't forget.
some of this.
Cheers.
Salute. Thank you for
Salute.
joining us.